will be a brief description of an engineering man-hour scheduling program I wrote for my wonderful client in Costa Rica, a well-known engineering company there. And basically, second in charge there asked me to automate their scheduling system. Before I wrote this, it was just an Excel spreadsheet, and they were spending all their time manipulating Excel spreadsheet cells. And the second in charge asked me to automate it because it was frustrating, very frustrating. And not only did I automate it, I added a lot of new features, which above all, it allowed everyone to see the status of the entire company with just a glance. Both principals and engineers. And I came up with a color system which allowed the people in charge to see if what tasks were running behind schedule, and those are automatically colored in red. The more behind schedule it is, the more red it is. And if they're ahead of schedule, it's green. The more ahead of schedule the task is, the more green it is. And design tasks that are right on time are white. And every color in between red, white, and green, depending on how far ahead or behind schedule it is. And it's based on this type of bar chart. It's known as a Gantt chart. And up on the top here, you have the month. Over here are the days of the month. These are weekends right here. This is the current date. And in order to do this, I created two new tables in their central database for design phases and design tasks. All engineering projects are broken up into design phases. A simple project, a smaller project, might be just one design phase, but larger, more complicated projects, generally speaking, are broken up into several design phases. And design phases can be added by an administrator in this dialog here, reflecting the design phases on the table in the central database. And to create a new design phase, you can press this button here, and you can choose a project either by project number or by project name. You can type it in and it'll go there automatically, etc. And you would assign it a start date and an end date. And there's actually two color schemes. One color scheme you can assign yourself, and then later on I added this other color scheme, which I called danger level, nivel de peligro in Spanish, which just allows the people in charge to immediately see what design tasks are falling behind, what are ahead, and what design tasks are right on time. And once you have the design phase added in, you can assign design tasks for a particular design phase. You click a button here and add a new design phase, or you can actually add one right onto the chart in the main dialog. You can click a button, and you can click any square representing a particular day for a particular engineer, and it'll come up with that engineer, and the start date will be correct, and the end date will be one day later. You can change that. Or you can actually just click this button here and it'll copy the dates from the design phase. If you haven't created a design phase, you can click this button here. You might have forgotten because you're a busy engineering executive. And then you can create the design phase. You can give it a name, choose the project, start date, end date, etc., etc. Oh, and you can assign a number of director hours, number of manager hours, and a number of engineering hours. Those are three different employee types. A director is someone who can actually go out and get business. Ones that the company's reputation depends on. And then there are gerente. These are managers, project managers, which the directors will trust to do a job all on their own. And then there are, of course, regular engineers that the project managers will trust to do with their oversight. And so once you have those assigned, they show up on this chart. It's called a Gantt chart. And the colors are assigned the following way. There are two types of permission for this program. There are administrative rights and there are user rights. If you have user rights, you show up in the employee pull down right here. Will show up in this employee list, and that'll allow them to be entered into the program. And if you're assigned as an administrator, you can not only enter your percent complete, you can actually create design tasks, erase design tasks, edit design tasks, like this. If you just have user rights, you're not going to be able to do this. I'm running the program as an administrator right now, and that allows me to edit and add design tasks and design phases. If you're just a user, you will only be able to do two things, and those two things are right here. If I was just a regular user, these three options would not be allowed, and I would not be allowed to click these buttons here. And the other two things that you could do is you could enter the percent complete of your tasks only your tasks, not someone else. And your employees would be required to update these daily. And then the program would figure out if it was running ahead or behind schedule. And if it was ahead of schedule, it would be green. The more ahead it is, the more green it would be. If it was behind schedule, the more red it would be, and every color in between. If it's right on schedule, it's white. And so the program figures that out and draws the design tasks accordingly. And in that way, the president of the company and the project managers and the partners would all be able to, everybody be able to see the status of the company's projects at a glance. And there's direct time, which you see right now, and soon there will be man-hour time. I'm going to add that, and this would be weighted not on just the absolute amount of time, which is important to make deadlines, but man-hour would make sure that you're going to be able to profit from these projects by making sure that people don't spend too much time on the projects. And I'm going to be doing that soon, but for right now, I have the most important thing done, and that is that the project gets done on time. And you can make the cells larger or smaller like this, and you can change the start date and the end date that the Gantt chart displays by changing the start date and the end date that's displayed right here. Like, I'll make it start, say, on February 17th. So click like this here, and here it starts on February 17th. And you can sort the chart by either employee or by project. Right now it's sorted by employee. Here you can see this particular employee has been assigned to more than one project, but you can click right over here, and then it's ordered by project, and then you can see all the design phases for a particular project. And this allows the people in charge to be able to see the status of their company at a glance. Everyone has access to this program, and that allows the company to eliminate the weekly meetings, and that saves a lot of money. Or at the very least, it'll allow them to cut down the meeting time by 75% perhaps, and it'll allow the managers and the partners or the presidents to check the status of all jobs on a more than weekly basis. They can do it every day. And that's about it right now. Oh, hold on. You can also do an analysis of an entire design phase at once. There's an entry for each design phase, and what this allows is the calculation and display of aggregate data. Like, for example, right here you have the number of hours ahead that the project is here is right here, or percent complete. This would be an average. Haven't quite finished that yet. It's a new program. And also this frame allows you to do an employee analysis as well. Not quite done with that yet, but it'll be done soon. I wanted to get some data into the program, some real data that helps me do the programming. And it also allows the company to tell me exactly how they want the program to work without me having to guess. And pretty much that concludes my description of my engineering man-hour scheduler. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great night.